So I had the opportunity of viewing this film earlier, and it's uplifting and it's also heartbreaking. We are gathered here as teachers and educators and families who are in the midst of being crushed. And we see an example of how that works. So what we want to do is put our minds together and come up with a response that is worthy of the ancestors. Who's going to talk?
Hopefully we can find a nice ebb and flow. If something comes to you and you'd like to contribute, either please raise your hand, or if you see an opportunity to chime in, please do so. But first, Mr. Allen, if you please would say something about what you see as the source or power underlying the ability of the people to create Hayti and other Black historic communities.
First of all, just let me say that I'm just delighted to be here. So happy that Susan invited me. And this is a subject matter that I believe deeply in. Now, as it relates to Durham, North Carolina and the Hayti community, we have to keep in mind that, you had some very strong Black folks back then. Persons such as John Merrick, one of the founders of North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance, Charles Clinton Spalding, and Dr. Aaron Moore. And what made them unique, and is something that we tend to not have today, is that they were willing to work together. John Merrick was a barber, okay, and he cut the hair of a lot of influential white men. And while he was cutting their hair in Raleigh, North Carolina, he was listening to them. And they trusted him with their information, and they liked him. So they would give him little inside tips here and there. So he, along with Aaron Moore, they got together and said, hey, our people, let me say this. What they say, ingenuity is the mother of what? Or how's it go? There you go. So there was a need in the community, first off. And that need is that African Americans needed to be buried. They needed insurance. So Dr. Aaron Moore, John Merrick, they knew there was a need. They got together, they created a company that would serve that need, but they also needed a mouthpiece. They needed someone that could speak for them, and that was Charles Clinton Spalding. He was the great salesperson. So again, it was a triumvirate. There were 3 Black men who decided to work together. There's nothing that we can't do today. It's just that we don't tend to do this as they did it then. So the Hayti community, the great things that have taken place there, they all occurred based on a need. And it's not much different than where we are now today. There are a lot of things that we need, but we're going to have to work together to make them happen.